On this special nostalgic episode of the Dave's Gone By show, we have someone who was with us a decade ago. You heard his voice.
Haven't aged today. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, he does. Look at that hair. How do you have hair and great teeth? And what, this is
I
why this
don't have
man.
great teeth.
You
They-
do.
They're out. They're like stars. They come out at night.
Well, you know what? Because he's got that look, he does a lot of background now in movies and TV things. He's Michael Colby, by the way. He was on our show talking about his book about his growing up in the Algonquin Hotel, basically in and around it, knowing people like Lerner and Loewe personally.
Yeah.
And other folks like that. As a matter of fact, you just before on camera, you told a little bit about Lerner and Loewe related story.
Right. Well, first of all, My Fair Lady was written at the Algonquin part of it, and in the suite below where my grandparents lived, they were creating some new music at a late hour, and my grandfather called the operator and asked them to to quit, to stop all this noise, and it turned out that the noise they were creating was I Could Have Danced All Night. Yeah.
Wow.
And
And your Lerner and Lowe's story goes even further because we weren't born at that point, but you were born long enough to
oh no,
the
I was
Camelot. Oh,
old.
you. Oh, okay,
I'm
yeah.
an oldie, but a good
But then Camelot, you actually were supposed to. Well, tell the
uh,
quick story.
Lerner and Lowe were at the hotel, and they were working on Camelot. And I was a very cute kid, and they said, you'd be perfect to play the page in Camelot. And so I went to summer camp, sleepaway, and I got all the leads in the shows there. But my family wasn't going to let me be the page in Camelot. But as compensation, my grandmother took me to my first opening, and it was Camelot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, Michael Colby, one thing that you also do a lot, you're a substitute teacher, which my hat's off to you because I tried teaching at a place for like 2 days and I ran out screaming and back to the university that I've been teaching at. But also, a lot of writing going on. Like, what have you been up to recently?
Okay. First of all, there's a series at the theater, the company, Urban Stages, and called Winter Rhythms, 20 shows with music of all sorts. And I've been contributing for the last couple of years and gotten such a good reception that I have been named vice president there and got a special award last year for the show I did, which was Holiday Regards. And when I got my award, for this holiday show, I said, when it comes to awards, the holiday I usually celebrate is Passover, but it was great to get that kind of recognition. And this year, I'm doing a two-part show, cast of characters revolving around the character songs in my musicals, and also my best known show, Charlotte Suite, for which I got a Drama Desk nomination, is coming back at Amos Musical Theater with an all-star cast. We're doing a concert version on November 17th, and the cast of characters is in December.
Oh my God. Well, I would say now, knowing this, Mazel Tov, that's the perfect
But
phrase for it.
with all of this,
Yeah.
what really most impresses people is that I sat right next to Rachel Brosnahan in a major episode of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. And ironically, they were supposedly, it was Jane Lynch's opening night in Miss Julie, and the mob had just put pressure so that they had displaced Camelot. So they changed the marquee from Julie Andrews in Camelot to Miss Julie. But I was at both opening nights.
There you go. And we're thrilled that you're with us for our 1000th night, mostly mornings, actually. Michael Colby being on this very special episode, much, much more acting, teaching, success, writing, all of it, and vice presidenting too. Thank
Yeah,
you so much for joining us.
thank you.